Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to Wrestling Days Live. We are live for WWE Smackdown. Lots to look forward to tonight. Lots for us to be getting our teeth into. I hope everyone out there is well. It is Friday. I've said before, I absolutely love the Friday streams because just so exciting that it's the weekend. You can kind of sense the excitement out there. People off work, people off school, and Fridays very much are, I would say, my favourite stream of the week. So we are doing our show tonight. Obviously, we start an hour before. We always start an hour before so that we can talk about things that are in the news. We're going to be doing that tonight. And then, obviously, we got SmackDown. There is no Rampage stream afterwards because we've started to do the new post shows, and I really want to get straight into the SmackDown post show. So that's what we're going to be doing. So if you are watching Rampage and you want to join, the show afterwards, you can do that. The video will be on the channel. You can join it live. You can watch it after. Whatever's easiest for you. So we're going to be doing SmackDown, and then we're going to be doing the post-show. Really looking forward to it. It should be a really interesting show tonight. We've got not loads that's been announced, but we've got a few things that have been announced. And we've got Liv Morgan taking on Natalya. Apparently that match tonight. We're also got one of the Street Profits taking on one of the Usos. I think it's Angelo Dawkins, but I can't remember which Uso. But also, apparently, we're going to find out who that mystery special referee is as well. We're going to get an answer on that. So we're going to find that out tonight. And there was one other thing as well that we were getting tonight. In fact, I've got the tweet here. Madcap Moss against Theory. There we go. It wasn't really that exciting. Madcap Moss against Theory. So those are the only things really that have been kind of mentioned. I'm not expecting Roman. I haven't seen Roman be advertised, but of course it is SmackDown. So every chance that we do see the Tribal Chief. But yeah, not loads that I've seen that's been announced. So we'll have to keep our eyes peeled for anything once, we get a bit closer to the show being shared on socials. Hello to everyone that's in the chat. See Dylan saying hello. It's Jay Uso, says Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Mr. Mercedes Spiteful says Madcap against Theory. Well done. Yep, that was the one that slipped my mind. But, as I said, maybe not the most exciting of matches. I mean, that's actually a weird little matchup, I think, to see those two going up against each other. I mean, I suppose, it is heel versus face, but I'm trying to think if there's any, history between them or any reason whatsoever for this match. I'm guessing it's just, you want to keep Theory around, keep him, visible with that briefcase so that you can keep hammering home the fact that is he gonna cash in at SummerSlam? So, I would imagine that that's probably the reason for it. Hayden, shout out to you, my friend. Hope you are well. Big shout out to you. People will be pleased to know as well, those that have been following the channel for a while, that I have finally set up the little box of tricks. It is out now. I haven't really got it to do anything yet. Haven't got it to do anything yet, but I can get it to do things. So, that's just more things coming onto the channel. Look at this, we've got a couple of sponsors dropping by. So we got Ernesto. Shout out to you, said, thanks for lifting up my wrestling fandom. Thumbs up to you. And we've got LSW saying, hey, Days. LSW, big shout out to you. You know what that means. We've got a couple of people that have shown their love for the channel. Absolutely. There we go. We can have kids cheering. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Ah! Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Look at this. Thank you very much. Yes. So that's what this little box of tricks can kind of do, or at least some of the things it can do. So Austin 316 is a creep. Austin 316 is a creep. Thank you very much.
Yeah!
Thank you very much.
This is awesome. This is awesome. This is awesome.
Austin 316 is a creep.
There we go, boom. Almighty Nick says, keep up the good work. Shout out to you, Almighty Nick. Hope you are well, bud. Look at this, now we've got things firing off.
It's Edge! It's Edge!
So much going on. So much going on.
Edge is here!
Finally, Days is making use of it after so long, says Austin 316.
Austin 316 is a creep.
Finally, Days, now you just need to use that Nintendo Switch that's stuck in the drawer. I spend too much time here, says Moldy Spoon. I know, yeah. It's it is something that I do need to find some time to actually use, because it's literally just gathering dust at the moment, but hey-ho. Jerry said, right, Gunther is putting the belt on tonight against Nakamura. Is he? Okay, I haven't seen that. That's interesting. Let me go over to WWE. We'll have a look at that. We've got other things that we need to talk about as well. We've got... Let's go down. WWE
Tag Team title.
I've got WWE Now giving me a full breakdown. So Dawkins against Jimmy Uso. Liv Morgan, Natalia. I don't know that he is, you know. Madcap against Theory. They've not mentioned the Nakamura thing. So, I don't know. If we are going to get him in that match, I mean, I do think we get that match eventually, but I don't know, to be honest, that it's happening tonight, because I'm just having a look. I can't see any mention of it over on WWE. Mike says, how is your sleep rhythm doing? It's doing all right. It's doing all right. I'm trying to, as we said, you know, get the streams pushed along. I mean, literally, what you've just seen from this little box is really all it can do at the moment. But it's going to allow, like, you know, little clips to come up on screen when needed. I was trying to find, like, finish him sound effects. And this is awesome. In fact, I just recorded that, didn't I? This is awesome. So I kind of have it. But yeah, you know, there's lots of little bits and bobs we can do with that. So in a way, it's kind of like a little brain that just needs things feeding into it. So kind of excited about what that could mean for the future.
Austin 316 is a creep.
Facts. But yeah, so that's what's happening with the stream. As we said, we're doing the post show afterwards. In regards to news, we need to talk about WWE news. We've got obviously the Sasha Banks news that coming out, which was really interesting, and the TV14 thing. Oh my god, as if we haven't spoke about that yet. We're only 9 minutes in, we still haven't spoke about TV14. So the Sasha Banks news. So Sasha is asking $30,000 to appear basically at non-wrestling commitments, non-wrestling appearances. So that's going to be like fan conventions and everything. It's been loads of talk online about this being really expensive, and loads of talk online about this being quite a lot to ask and a lot of money to ask for. And for me personally, I think that it's not a problem. If you think that, you know, I think it's like, if I get my maths right, I think it's 500 people would need to pay like $60. And then, like, you could have Sasha do a meet and greet. Like, if you got 500 Sasha stands together and said, would you pay $60 to have a Q&A with Sasha, be in a room, 500 people, Q&A, and then you get to meet her afterwards, I'm pretty sure they would all jump at the chance. So, like, 30,000 definitely sounds a lot, but in that kind of world, it isn't, to be honest. So, yeah, I remember when Undertaker came over, and I think it was Inside the Ropes were having to charge like £300 odd each to do like a meet and greet with the Undertaker. Like his cost, I don't know the actual number, but I know it was well above 30,000. well above 30,000. Of course, that is The Undertaker, and this was the first time he was doing such a thing. But even so, there's a lot of Sasha fans out there that will gladly pay those kind of numbers. That, like, you know, as I said, 500 people at $60. I don't think that's much of an ask at all. So that has definitely kind of divided opinion online, but for me, I'm not bothered by it. I think it's more interesting that she has come out and said that she can't take wrestling commitments until January 1st. We did a separate video on that about the whole January 1st thing. Is that just a date that she's saying to kind of, you know, don't bother me until next year type thing? Like, I can't do anything till January 1st? Or is that the date? Is that the agreed date? Can she not do anything wrestling-wise for the rest of this year?
Do it.
Onion time. That was moody. Edward Brown, shout out to you. Hope you're well, my friend. Big feed me more. Well, what that for a sound? Feed me more. I don't know. We might encourage Ryback to come and join us then, and I don't think I want to do that. Fella! Almighty said, I would pay 60 to see Sasha, and I'm not a stan. That's pretty cheap. Yeah, you just need like 500 people to do it. It sounds a lot of money, but then when you think about the amount of people that would pay $60, £60, whatever, to go and see her.
Who is it? Oh, it's Edge! It is Edge! It's Edge!
It's Edge!
Edge
It's
21!
Edge!
Edge
Andrew, shout out to you, dudes.
Edge is here! Edge is here!
Aaron said, I would love Brock to win and Riddle to take it off of him. You'd like Brock to win from Roman and then Riddle to get it off of him. Okay. Rob says, shout out to you. Hope you are well. Is the stream also going TV 14? Rob, it's going to go TV 14 right now. Penis. Penis.
Bailey's got a chair. Is Bailey going to turn?
Oh, it's not done it. Penis.
There it is.
I couldn't hear it, and then all of a sudden I just shouted back at myself the word penis.
Oh my God.
Penis. There we go. TV 14 right now. Live. Boobs. God, we've got alerts and everything. Maybe I've got a bit OTT here. Boobs. Penis. Rob, shout out to you. Said, loving the new setup, especially the stream deck. Thank you, Rob. Boobs. Edward said, I'm good. Sorry, I'm late. Thoughts on TV 14? Well, I think it's a load of penis. TV 14 is, I don't know. It's something that is going to be really useful if you can do something with it. Like, WWE can go to TV 14, but it doesn't mean that their content is going to be forced to go to that level. It just means they've got more flexibility to go to that level. And actually, there was something really interesting on Fightful Select, which I can read for you. Wrestle with Andy, shout out to you, said Days After Dark has gone extreme. It hasn't. This is basically the new ECW. Boobs. If we have a look at this Fightful Select article, because as I said, I thought it was quite interesting. More on TV 14. It looks like WWE Raw could be moving from TV PG to TV 14, which would end the PG era of WWE Raw that has lasted since 2008. Andrew Zarian reported that a memo went out within USA Network this morning that briefed a change for July 18th. However, Zarian says the note was sent out prematurely. The day has not been finalized. For those expecting a significant content adjustment, which I think is John Cena's new move, might end up disappointed. NXT has got racier content on a more regular basis, and that's still rated TV PG. The content that airs is up to the creator itself. Unlike MPAA for movies or ESRB for video games, Cable television shows aren't required to meet a certain standard. So if something is TV 14, they don't have to get to TV 14. You see, the way that it works is that with a movie is watched and then it's given a rating after it's watched. So if they watch that movie and there's lots of stuff in it and they think to themselves, oh, this needs to be an 18 rating, that's because there's lots of stuff in it that demands that rating. Brie mode. That was silly of me doing that, in all fairness. So yeah, but with TV 14, just because you've got that, it doesn't mean that you have to reach that. It just gives you more flexibility. So it's definitely a step in the right direction. My thoughts on it are that it's a positive because it's going to allow WWE, when needed, to go further than what they can do right now, and that's a massive positive. That's a great thing, but it's not something that I think is going to result in the drastic changes that a lot of people are hoping for. So, boobs. Andrew says, $2 minimum. Do you feel that Sasha should have a successful wrestling podcast? Could have a successful wrestling podcast. Andrew, shout out to you, buds. Do I think that she could have a successful podcast? Absolutely. I mean, imagine all of the things that she's seen and gone through. She very much was there just as that women's evolution was beginning. I mean, for me personally, I think women's wrestling before NXT, Paige and Emma was in a very different place. You've got a few credible stars and definitely a few credible women dotted throughout the history of WWE. You know, you can look at the likes of Molly Holly, you can look at the likes of Ivory, you can look at the likes of Alundra Blaze, Trish, Lita. These are great in-ring talents. Obviously, you've got, you know, people that are kind of there for their looks and they weren't really worried about how they could wrestle. They just wanted them doing bra and panty matches. And I sort of feel like things start to get really serious once we start getting Paige and Emma in NXT. For me personally, that is a real significant moment, is that the moment that NXT starts to really invest in women and give them their own championship. So they've got their own title, they're getting TV time, they're looking for women, they are specifically looking for women to have matches. They're not looking for women to do bra and panties matches, they're looking for wrestlers. And that is a big moment, because through that class comes Paige, comes Emma, comes Charlotte, the Four Horsewomen, Becky, Sasha, Bayley. Like this wave just comes through, crashes onto the main roster, and to be honest, forces change. Change is forced with just, like, you know, the popularity of these stars, and, you know, you start to see give divas a chance trending as there's demand from the wrestling fans that they want that change. She has been a massive part of that. No denying that whatsoever. She has been a massive part of that. I don't go as far as to saying that she is the reason. There's Sasha stands out there that say she is the reason there was change. Like, no. She was part of it, I will give her that, but she's not the sole reason. There's many wheels to that machine, and one of the biggest being Triple H, who, you know, invested heavily in the NXT women's division that allowed this talent to come through. So I think that she could talk a lot about being a part of that change, what the expectation was like when she arrived, talking about what it was like being trained, the differences in, like, the training she was receiving. Because I bet you anything there was people that were resistant to that. I'll bet you anything there was people that were, you know, I'm sure she's got plenty of examples of people that don't feel that women should be used in that way. You know, you hear a lot of the old timers saying that, you know, women just aren't good enough, basically. Their skill set isn't the same as the men's, and that they haven't kind of reached that level yet, so they shouldn't be getting so much TV time. You know, there's plenty of people that have that opinion, and I'm sure that Sasha has kind of come up against that repeatedly. And you could make an argument that Part of that led to her walking away because she wanted to invest more in the tag titles, the women's tag titles, and Vince didn't. She feels that the tag titles should be major belts, kind of like the men's tag belts have been in the past. And she wants to be a flag bearer for that, and she wants to bring change to that, and she wants to, she wants women to have their own Rumble. She was there for that. She wants women to have their own Money in the Bank. She was there for that. She wants women to have their own Elimination Chamber. She was there for that. She wants women to be able to wrestle over in the Middle East. She was there for that. In fact, she was in that match. First women's match in the UAE is Sasha against Alexa. So, she's got all of those stories, all of those experiences, being a part of all of those firsts. Really, this is one of the biggest revolutions in women's wrestling, and she's got all of those stories. A podcast would be really interesting. The only thing is that you would want some real detail, or I would want some real detail from it. It would depend how much she was willing to reveal. But if she's had a big falling out with WWE and parted ways, she could be prepared to reveal absolutely anything and everything. She could be giving names. She could be talking about incidents. She could be spilling the tea. She could absolutely reveal it all. If she leaves on good terms and there's a chance she could go back, she might hold a few things back. But I would say that she doesn't seem to be in a great place with WWE at the moment, and there's probably a really good chance that if she does do a podcast, it could be very, very interesting. So I think I think there's every chance that she does go and do some wrestling. I think there's every chance she goes into movies. I think she could go into TV stuff. I think Sasha Banks post-WWE is not going to be struggling for work. She's going to be a big star. And, she will find work easily, and I wish her all the best, I really do. I don't want to see anyone losing their job. I would like for there to be a way of resolving this situation and her continuing with WWE, but if that's not possible, and seemingly it's looking like it's not possible, then I think, we can start to speculate as to what she might go and do. And I think TV and, more with the Star Wars franchise in particular probably makes quite a bit of sense. So, Andrew, shout out to you. Great question. Great point. Hasib said Lewandowski to Barca is a done deal. Just a few minutes ago, Barca might be back. They've got money. Where have they got the money? Haven't they got a load of money because they've sold a load of their, TV rights or something? I don't quite know how the model works, but I've heard that they've got the naming rights to, loads of things, to Spotify, have named the Now Camp, and also I think they've sold some TV rights, so there's something going on over there where they're just selling a load of assets, generating a load of cash, and just really putting all their eggs in one basket. If these players fail, though, if this doesn't click, if they do a PSG and it just doesn't gel, they are screwed. Because the money that they won't have anything else to sell. They are locked into some pretty long-term deals right now. So I do not look at Barcelona and think, oh my God, they're doing amazing. I look at Barcelona as really gambling. Big gamble. Kathleen said Charlotte will beat Liv at SummerSlam. I actually don't know which one this is.
Titus trips and goes.
Oh, I think it's that Titus. That might be Titus. That looks like Titus. I can't hear it. So that it doesn't echo, I can't have the sound. So I'm having to remember what clips I included. But, I loaded up around about 30-odd clips. Took me a whole evening to find them, edit them, upload them. And now, thankfully, they're starting to work now, which is good. So, Kathleen Kennedy Plays said Charlotte will beat Liv at SummerSlam for the title, ? Well, to be honest, there was a great article the other day talking about how Liv is doing really, really well with her sales, her merch sales and everything. I wonder if I can find that. Let's have a look. Liv Morgan. If we Google Liv Morgan. Liv addresses her detractors. I thought that was a really good answer. She said, I can't do anything about people that don't like me. If they like me, they like me. If they don't, they don't. I'm just going to keep doing my thing. And I thought that was a really good answer. Liv Morgan. Where's it gone now? There was a whole article about how her merch sales are really up. And the reports coming back from house shows are talking about... Yeah, here it is. It's from the Sportster. 2 days ago, from the Sportster, backstage notes on Liv Morgan's merch sales. WWE's decision to make Liv Morgan new women's champion has paid off in more ways than one. Mike Johnson of PW Insider heard from one source in WWE, said they'd never heard louder pops for Morgan than she's been receiving over the weekend. Merch sales were in high numbers at those events as well. So, look, the feedback seemingly coming back from the shows is going to be very, very popular. It's going to be very positive. And, I think that she is in a great place. I think that she's got a chance. You can never guarantee anything with Vince because obviously he tends to think in the future. He will have an idea of what he wants for Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and Liv Morgan might not be in those plans. So it's always hard to know. Like, how much is he going to take from like those reports? But all she can do is what she's doing, and that is go out there, have great matches, keep the fans happy, and, sell that merch, get good TV ratings. Obviously, we don't know all of the numbers, but that's a great report, to have those kind of numbers coming back. So there's every chance they find a way. Every chance they find a way of keeping it on her. This was moody. Can I just say as well, you don't actually see, but the edge of that thing does actually clip me as well as I'm going down. So not only do I fall off it, the flipping thing fell on me. And, I've had better days. Kathleen says, a returning Cody could beat Liv at SummerSlam. I don't think so. Again, another report. Apparently, Cody has not been given a return date. He doesn't know, when he's going to come back because the doctors don't want to set him that. Yes! That was an exciting time. That was a long clip that I had to really edit down as well because I sing for quite a while in that clip. But, she... apparently, they don't want to give him if they say we expect you to be back by January, he will try and be back by December, and they don't want to do that. So, don't know when he's coming back. Same with Big E as well. We don't know when Big E is going to return. But we'll have to wait and see. There was a little... Big E was trending because there was a little bit of talk about Big E potentially not going to be able to return. I looked at what he said. He said, if I can't return, then I'm content. So people kind of took that. Thought he was saying, or some thought he was saying that he's not going to return. And I saw quite a bit on social media that were like, sad faces, crying faces. Big E doesn't think he's going to make it and all this kind of stuff. That's not what he said. He said that if he doesn't come back from this, then he'll be content with his career. And he should be, to be honest. I mean, consistently used on TV in one of the most fun, most over, one of the most influential factions of all time. I mean, New Day are right in the conversation. If you're going to do the history of factions in WWE, of course you're going to talk about DX. Of course you're going to talk about the Shield. Of course you're going to talk about Nation of Domination, right? You're going to talk about the New Day. You are absolutely going to talk about the New Day. They were so over with Bootio's. I mean, you could buy Bootio's cereal. And there was they were so over, they were so popular, and he was arguably the biggest part of that. So he's had a great career. If it did come to an end, and then of course, thankfully, he did go solo and win the WWE title. It does feel like he's still got so much more to give and so much more to achieve. I completely agree. but he should be content. Unlike me. I just found that little clip and made me laugh. So I thought I'd include it. Eric says, for chats of stiff moves, use Thor's screaming. Hang on, it's disappeared. Let me go down. For chats or stiff moves, use Thor's screaming go. I don't know what that means. I don't watch Thor, so I don't know what that means. I mean, it could be filthy. It sounds filthy. So, penis. That's what I think about that. Kathleen, shout out to you. Oh, you've triggered the other one now. This is the other time it flipping fell on me. I can't remember if this was the first or the second one, to be honest. Yeah, at least it didn't fall. I think that might be the first. Kabuki Warriors versus D-Generation X at WrestleMania. I don't think that we're going to be getting that, my friend. There is no Kabuki Warriors, is there? Unless Io Shirai comes up and we get Io Shirai and Asuka as a tag team. Which there's definitely potential for that to happen, because there'd been lots of talk about Io Shirai being released and lots of talk about the fact that she was done, and then she sent that tweet out, I don't know if you saw, where she was like rumors throwing up emoji, and there was a lot of people that wanted to see Asuka, Io and Kairi Sane in like a faction, which could have been really fun, could have been really cool, but we never got that, unfortunately. And seemingly Kairi Sane has moved on now. She's not even like an ambassador for WWE. So if we are to get Kabuki Warriors, the new version 2.0, Kabuki Warriors 2000, then it would be Io and Asuka, which I'm totally down for. In regards to DX, I don't even know what you would do with DX these days. Triple H is retired. Shawn Michaels is bald. It's all gone wrong. It's absolutely all gone wrong. So I don't think you're going to be getting DX anytime soon. Did someone say I missed a super chat? You missed my super chat. Oh, did I? God, they're all firing through this evening, buds. Yes, I did. Don't take it personal. James Chadwick, I apologize. And always remember, Austin 316 is a creep. So, Anna has tweeted you a new Brody Lee figure. Let's have a little look. Brody Lee, Brody Lee, na 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 na. Do you know what? My phone is so rubbish. So rubbish. It takes so long to load up. I do actually have a new one though, which, here we go. I don't know if this will show on screen. This is a new Brody Lee figure, apparently. It's quite nice, isn't it? I mean, that's not the actual figure, that's just the packaging. That's a picture. God, this thing runs for 57 seconds. Let's flip it over. That's pretty cool. That looks pretty cool. Yeah, that looks good. Oh, 1 of 1,000. Is this like a San Diego Comic-Con thing? What's that? Oh, the paper that he used to whack. Whack was the word I was looking for. So, there we go. Okay, well, that worked as well as I thought it would, in all fairness. My phone's pretty rubbish. But you get the idea. So, a special edition Brody Lee figure come in, which looks kind of cool. James, shout out to you, buds. I'm trying to get to as many of these comments as possible. Joseph says, who do you think will be the special guest referee? Well, I'll tell you what, give me your thoughts. We'll put it in a poll. How about that? Penis. Put it in and we'll create a little poll on screen. So who do you think will be the special guest referee? Hazza said, let's say MJF goes to WWE in 2024. Realistically, who would you like to see his first feud with? For me, I think it's a no-brainer. It should be MJF against Cody. You could run that for ages. Thoughts? Yeah, I got no problem with that. I think I think you've got a nice history that you can tell there. I mean, there's so many great matches for him. Obviously, by the time we get to 2024, though, it's going to be really hard to know who's a face, who's a heel. Where are we with different things? I mean, him against Kevin Owens would be fantastic. Him against Seth, if Seth was to turn face, would be fantastic. Him against AJ would be fantastic. I mean, like, literally, the list goes on. Him against AJ Styles. I mean, the options are endless. But, yeah, I agree. I like the Cody one. Huff Sports Media said, if he could be back for the Rumble, would you have him win it? Yes. Cody could win Elimination Chamber or something, but I doubt he'll be back by then. I'm sure he'll have some other role in WWE. Well, I don't know when he's back. I think that you might hear a lot of stuff to throw you off him being in the Rumble. It wouldn't surprise me if reports come out saying he won't be back until March. And then we get to the Rumble and boom, here he is. Oh my God, can't believe it. So I'm still going to stand firm that he's going to be in the Rumble. United We Love said, Cowboy Brock has been entertaining. How would you like the angle of heel Brock versus heel Roman? Do you think that would work? No. Not a fan of heel versus heel. The only way that I would do heel versus heel is if one of the heels is like really cool and people are really into him, which sort of makes him not a heel. In my mind, if you're a really good heel, like, people the thing is, you could be so good that you're liked. That's the only problem. Like Gunther to me, I mean, he's brilliant. He's brilliant heel, just goes around, lays into the crowd, looks moody. There's nothing necessarily likable about him. He's just so good in the ring and lays it all in and just looks so cool, and I just can't help but like him. So, I don't know, to me, is Gunther a heel? I don't know, because I really like him. I like him more than I like a lot of the faces. So, surely that makes him a face to me, really. If you've got someone that you don't like that's a heel, and you don't like him, you put two of them together, I mean, that's just not going to work for me. The same with Roman, though. Is Roman a heel? Because I think he's amazing. I think he's cool. I think the whole bloodline thing, the whole aesthetic, absolutely everything's brilliant. Is he a heel? I don't know. I don't know. Him against Brock, I don't think anyone is going to want to see again. So if they're both faces, both heels, both blindfolded, both dressed up in Halloween costumes, you can dress it up however you want. I don't think people are going to have an appetite for seeing it again. So I don't think you'd be able to do it. What phone have you got? Oh, I got the new Google. It's this one here. Google 6. This is a Google Pixel 3. So I've been meaning to upgrade for a long time. I'm actually about, I don't know, over 6 months I should have upgraded. So I finally upgraded to this one. So I do have a better phone now, but it's kind of set up, but it's not fully set up yet. I'm doing what I can. Thank you very much. When you compare your reactions now compared to those popping on screen from the past, you was more lively. What happened? I just think they're big moments. I mean, look, the ones that are on screen are the biggest moments ever. Do you know what I mean? So, how often do you get an Edge returning? Do you know what I mean? Like, when do you get that? So, I'm trying to think what would cause that kind of a reaction now, to be honest. I really don't know. I don't know. I mean, I suppose if Roman was to lose his title, that's going to be a massive moment. You know, if Theory does cash in at SummerSlam and does become the champion, that would be a big moment. You know, the end of Roman's reign would be huge. But I don't know, to be honest. I would be struggling to think of things that would kind of reach that Edge returns at Royal Rumble level, or I mean, Bayley. It's so hard now looking back to remember how big of a moment Bayley turning heel was, because she was just the ultimate babyface. I mean, she had the wacky inflatable arms thing. She was that face all the time in NXT. She was someone that you could see being a face for the rest of her career. And so for her to turn heel was that was a big moment as well. So I don't know. I don't know that we've had those big moments for me personally. I suppose a big moment you would say would be Liv cashing in and winning the title, but as has been spoken about, I wasn't crazy about that moment. Because for me, I've got no problem with her winning Money in the Bank, but beating Ronda was maybe a step too far. So that moment wouldn't have got that kind of reaction from me. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe Cody finally reaching the title, but I feel like that might be a bit predictable. I think we all know that Cody is going that way, and he's going to become champion. So, I don't know. Maybe even that wouldn't do it. We'll have to see. That's the great thing, isn't it? A lot of these reactions are because they're surprising moments, and you don't quite see them coming. And I can't say what I can't see coming, so we'll have to wait and see. You should record the halftime score song so you don't have to sing it. Yeah, absolutely. Love that idea, Lauren. Great shout. Hogan turning heel was big. Oh, massive. Massive. Maybe the biggest heel turn ever. United We Love said, if Bray was to return, how would you book his return? Would you end the Fiend gimmick on his return? So if Fiend was to come back, personally, I would want to move away from the supernatural stuff. I feel that the people loved the Fiend character just as much when it wasn't doing the supernatural stuff as when it was doing the supernatural stuff. Like, people loved the Firefly Funhouse, the first 7 episodes, and then when he debuts and attacks Finn Balor, like, people, you can't tell me people were not into it. People were absolutely loving it, and I can't even remember seeing any criticism of it. It was great. It was perfect. It was wonderful. And then for me, it went into the supernatural stuff, and it lost me. So I would bring him back, but I would bring him back to that time where he's, someone that is struggling with, like, some sort of mental health issue. In those early fun houses, I remember we saw some images of, like, abandoned, what looked to be mental health facilities, asylums, if you will. I remember there being, like, just real quick cut shots. And, when we were doing our theory videos, we would look into, those images and, like, really study them, and we were, like, really tearing it all apart. And it was even thought at one point that the Firefly Funhouse could actually be coming from one of those asylums, that what we were seeing was actually not necessarily real. It was in the mind, if you will. And it will be revealed that because he'd been away for a while, and it'd been away for like 6 months. So, and it would be revealed that he'd spent that time inside an asylum, and the whole thing would end with him being released. And like the idea of that, because we didn't know if it was in his mind or not, or where it was. And when I think Seth Rollins went backstage and set the backstage one on fire, that was kind of confirmation that that one was backstage. And then at WrestleMania 36, then you get, like, John Cena walking out on the entrance stage, and then all of a sudden he's in the funhouse, and it's never quite explained how he gets there. And I don't know, man. At that point, you're kind of losing me. At that point, it stopped being as creative for me, because I think if you can just do anything, if you can just magically just make people transport, and it stops being as interesting, because it starts to become, well, you can just do that. Do you know what I mean? It's not as creative then, in my opinion, because you can just do anything. If you can do anything, it's a bit lazy. So I would strip it right back. Take it to where it was. Have him doing, like, those things that you can really read into. And I'd even start a little Wyatt family again, but only this time, have Bray as the leader. Have Bray having his matches as normal, and then when needed, bring out the Fiend. And save the Fiend for, like, special occasions. So you see the Fiend, like, a few times a year. But week in, week out, it's Bray. It's a family of sorts. And I would kind of, try and just use really what he's got. I think that it worked. It worked. I don't think you need anything new. If he goes to AEW, then you're going to need something new. Because obviously you can't do, all the WWE stuff. So, yeah, I have no problem with him coming back. I would be a little bit concerned because there would be a part of me that'd be like, oh, this could be, being set on fire in the middle of the ring again, Bray. But, I can't escape the fact that people enjoyed that as well. So I can only talk about me personally, as I said, and just say that it's not my cup of tea, what we were getting towards the end. But it definitely catered for a lot of people. Wrestle with Andy said, at the moment from the 90s what moment from the 90s would have given that the biggest reaction? Great question. It'd probably be, it'd be loads, wouldn't there? But I've got to think that Hogan turning heel would probably be it. I think the Hogan heel turn, I think would be the biggest moment. Because again, I think seeing someone that was a face, and we'd only seen him really as a face. I know he'd had a very short run as a heel at the very start, but I think that to see him coming in and being that face in WWF, Hulkamania, all of that stuff, he's getting booed out of buildings towards the end of his time there. He then goes over to WCW, gets a bit of a, breath of fresh air, is, in a new company. They're really pleased to see him. He gets to run around, do Hulkamania all over again, and then all of a sudden turns heel. And just, I think in that moment, and it did prove as well that everything could change, because everything did change. The NWO, just think about, they might be the biggest faction of all time. The NWO, it's them. For me, it's like maybe them or the Horsemen. Like, if you want to talk about the biggest factions of all time, I think that they obviously influenced Bullet Club massively. They influenced a lot of things. So it's maybe a bit of an obvious answer, but I think it's probably got to be that. It's probably got to be that moment. I'll tell you another moment that comes to mind, though, and it's a bit of a stranger one. Undertaker. I remember that blowing my mind when I was a kid, that Undertaker could take on Undertaker. A lot of people, I remember someone saying about how you don't like supernatural stuff, but you like Undertaker versus Undertaker. And it was like, yeah, because they are two separate people. $1 Million Man went and got Undertaker, but clearly didn't get the real Undertaker. And Paul Bearer even said, as such, that's not the real Undertaker. I will bring back the real Undertaker. And then SummerSlam 94, we get $1 Million Man's Undertaker taking on Paul Bearer's Undertaker. And they are clearly, obviously, two separate people. $1 Million Man wasn't able to get the real one, even though it looked pretty good to a kid. I mean, you look at it now and you can go, oh yeah, okay, I can see the differences. But as a kid, you're like, there's enough there to make you go, is it? Is it? And so I think that moment would have been a big reaction as well. Like, who is Paul Bearer going to bring to SummerSlam? Is he bringing the real Undertaker? Or is that the real Undertaker? That one would have got me. I thought that was a brilliant storyline. Brilliant. Right, did I read Joseph's? I don't want to miss anything. We're 12 minutes away. 12 minutes away. Joseph, you'll have to let me know if I missed yours, buds. I hope I didn't. Montreal Screwjob will be up there, says Brian. Days, it's crazy that the previous Universal Champion is still Bray Wyatt. What, the one just before Roman? That is crazy. That shows how long he's had the belt. Hogan, heel turn, Sting becoming the Crow, Austin interfering, the Mankind winning the belt. There would be loads of great days moments, says Brenton. Brenton, shout out to you, buds. Hope you're well. Primo said, when you look at WWE's main roster, how do you differentiate who's classified as homegrown and who's not? Because some had small stints on the indie and still got signed very young. To be honest, I don't know if you ever really do that. I don't know that I ever really do that. I don't think I ever look at someone as being homegrown or not. I suppose a lot of it would depend on the amount of time that they spent in NXT. compared to how long they spent outside of it. So someone like LA Knight, Eli Drake, who was massive in Impact, and then went to NWA, and then, became LA Knight and spent a minute in NXT. He's clearly not homegrown. He'd been doing it for a long, long time before NXT, and he was only in NXT for a very short while, and then, went to the main roster. So he clearly isn't. Someone like Bayley, who did spend some time on the indies, but to my knowledge, it wasn't loads of times, maybe a couple of years. I think actually she might have spent longer in NXT than she did on the indie scene. And so you would look at someone like her, and she never went to another major company, and you'd look at someone like her and say that she's homegrown. I would say that she was homegrown. I don't think you need to be like one of these athletes that's got zero wrestling experience. Someone like, I want to say, a Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair didn't have any wrestling experience prior to coming into WWE. I believe she used to do like CrossFit, and she was an athlete, and she used to do like lots of stuff like that. So I would say her, definitely, because she was selected, put through the system, taught everything in WWE, and boom. So I would say she's homegrown. And as I said, anyone like maybe Bayley or anyone that I think spent a long time in NXT getting trained the WWE way, I feel like they would qualify. But you people like LA Knight, no. Shinsuke Nakamura, who came from New Japan, no. Samoa Joe, who'd been over in Impact, no. You'd have to kind of really dig into their past or whatever, but bigger than that, I don't think I could be wrong, but I don't think anyone really tends to look at superstars and even ask that question. Like, I don't ever look at anyone and go, they're homegrown, they're not homegrown. I never ever think that. That's just not something that I ever consider. But if someone wanted to ask that question of how would you qualify it, for me personally, it's the amount of time that they spend in WWE being trained up compared to what other major companies have they been in, how long have they spent elsewhere, and things along those lines. I think Solo Sikoa is going to be the special guest referee. Yeah, I did say that we would jot those down, didn't I? So, Solo Sikoa, I think we can definitely put down. He is meant to be main roster bound very, very soon. So, Solo Sikoa could be one. Someone said Vince earlier. Someone said Austin as well. Someone said Theory. Who do you think? We'll get this poll up. We'll do it right now. Sami Zayn. It's a good shout. Sami Zayn. I'm going to put Sami Zayn down. Sami Zayn. Heyman says Airflow Games. Stone Cold could be the ref, says Brenton. JDE said, I think Sami Zayn. Edward said, I think Paul Heyman. I'll put Paul Heyman because quite a few people are saying Heyman. So I'll put Paul Heyman. James said it's been confirmed it won't be Solo Sikoa. Okay. Well, who said that? Who said that, James? Just interested. Brenton, shout out to you. It's going to be Roman. Oh, I feel like Roman's going to be a bit busy, isn't he? Will Roman be able to do his match and also be a special guest referee? Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, Sean. Couple for Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce. Should I take Solo Sikoa out then if you were saying that that's been confirmed somewhere? I've got Adam Pearce. Roman is a star. He is. No denying that. I'm saying block Lesnar, says David. R-Truth. Do a poll. We're doing a poll. It's happening. Penis. Naomi. Jordan said, it's you. It's going to be Naomi. Do you think Naomi? I think she's legit out. I mean, that'd be a big way of bringing her back as a special guest referee. Rock. Do you think The Rock? I don't think they're going to announce The Rock tonight. I really don't think they're announcing The Rock. The special guest referee is going to be revealed tonight, and it's going to be The Rock. That feels flipping monstrous. I don't know. I just don't know that they're going to do that. Rikishi or Bad Bunny? Shelby said no, she is released. I tell you what, there's lots of different thoughts. Austin says The Rock. No. Theory, Kane, Tamina, Mick Foley, Triple H. Triple H, could it be Triple H? I just tweeted it to you. Let's have a look. R-Truth, Triple H. This is interesting, because Solo Sikoa is meant to be coming to the main roster. But there's no word that it's going to be at SummerSlam. In fact, I heard it would be after. But they could always, obviously, bring it forward a little bit earlier. Here we go. Lewis Danger says, I'll say I've heard Solo Sikoa isn't planned to be the special guest referee, at least as long as things stand right now. So this Lewis Danger said, I've been told more likely than not Solo Sikoa will be on the main roster after SummerSlam. Not decided whether or not he'll be paired with the Usos. Worth noting, Sean Ross Sapp initially reported Solo was in talks for a call-up. Add in, I've heard he won't be planned to be the special guest referee. So let's go with, thank you, James. Let's go with the fact that it's not going to be Solo Sikoa. Howard Webb, great referee. Foley, right, let's go Mick Foley. Let's just go Foley. I don't think it is going to be Foley, but we've got to put someone in that fourth spot. So let's go into the chat, put the poll up. Who do you think is the special guest referee? Who do you think is the special guest referee? Do you think it's going to be Mick Foley? Hey, Foley. Baby, I've got your money. Do you think it's going to be Sami Zayn? Do you think it's going to be Paul Heyman? Or do you think it's going to be Adam Pearce? There we go. Boom. Right, that poll should be up. I, as always, need to fix the like thing, which never works at the start of a stream. So let's do that. Likes. Keep firing in those likes. We are not at 644. That was actually what we achieved the other day. We're actually well below that today. People hate me. People are starting to hate me. It's understandable. 212. This is awesome. Thank you very much. Danger looks like the kid from Up. What if it's Riddle and he's going to get vengeance for RK Bro? I mean, I don't know, to be honest, why they would do that. Like, who is selecting this person? If it's Adam Pearce, why would he select Riddle? What would make him choose Riddle? In fact, I would like a good explanation as to why any of whoever gets chosen is chosen. Like, why would Adam Pearce choose Sami Zayn? Why would Adam Pearce choose Paul Heyman? Like, it's clear if you're choosing one of them, they're going to side with the Usos. So why would you allow that? Like, none of that makes sense. Adam Pearce choosing himself probably makes a lot of sense. That way he can call it down the middle. He can call it as he sees it. And as I said, that makes a lot of sense to me. But, yeah, why would you choose someone like Sami Zayn? Why would you choose Solo Sikoa? Why would you choose Naomi? Why would you choose Paul Heyman? Why would you choose Bianca Belair? Why would you choose someone that's going to give one of the teams a very clear advantage? I think if you're going to choose a special guest referee, you're going to want someone to call it down the middle. If I'm Adam Pearce, I think Adam Pearce selecting himself is an option. I think Adam Pearce selecting Mick Foley, I don't think it is, but I can see why that might happen. I could see that. It'd be better, actually, if it was someone that was known for tag wrestling. Imagine if it was Booker T. That would be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be great for Booker, who deserves something like that. You know, he deserves to be used, but, you know, come out, get, like, you know, applause from the fans. He deserves that. He's an absolute bona fide legend. And he was in Harlem Heat. So he's got that tag team experience as well. So someone like Booker T would make sense. Again, it's just a random name. I'm not saying it is going to be him, but here we go. We are about to go over to the show. What have we got? The Amway Center. Okay, so we are in the Amway Center. We got Michael Cole in the ring. Big cheer for Michael Cole. Great. Penis. Right, the show's going to start with Pat. I mean, the fact that they are giving the guy this big of a spotlight is just madness to me. You do not get this for any other commentator. It is all to do with the fact that he's got his own show. It is all to do with that. Only has to wrestle at WrestleMania. Match at WrestleMania. Match at SummerSlam. Showcased every week on SmackDown so that you know that he is on the show. Because they want his viewers. They want his viewers. And they could not give him more. He gets every opportunity under the sun. And now he even gets to open SmackDown by being brought out. It's madness, man. It's madness. Easily my least favorite thing about SmackDown. It sucks. His commentary sucks. He can't commentate. No one can tell me that he's a good commentator. He is not a good commentator. All he does is he brings energy. He does bring energy. Can't deny that he doesn't bring energy. He definitely does that. And that, I think, is the only expectation of him, because he's listened to his actual commentary. Quite often, when he gets enthused, he starts, like, squealing and squeaking, and his actual voice doesn't carry enough of a deeper tone in those big moments. He also doesn't let moments breathe. He talks all over moments, which is a real shame. Rather than letting moments kind of breathe and just, you know, people just be able to enjoy that moment. He has to talk all over it. Talks way too much at the wrong time. When he gets enthused, his voice is not good enough. And sometimes he even starts sentences, doesn't even know where the sentence is going. There's been quite a few times where I've heard him say something and then it kind of like trails off and he doesn't quite know how to finish it. Like, he's not an experienced commentator. He's not an experienced commentator. There's people out there that can do a much better job. A much better job. He is only there because he's got his own show. It's the truth. It's the truth. He's a celebrity that is being given every opportunity under the sun. Every opportunity. So now we're starting SmackDown with just seeing what happened last week when he wasn't around. We've got Corbin on the commentary table doing the dance when Nakamura came out. Michael said he's a fan. So, we're all fans, aren't we? There's 5-year-olds that are fans. I don't want to hear them on commentary. Just because he's a fan, that doesn't mean that you get to jump on commentary, does it? Listen, I like the Toronto Raptors. You don't want to see me playing in their defense. The idea that he's a fan and so this qualifies him as being acceptable. Oh, it's great that he's there because he's a fan of it. So what? So what? I really like the Beatles. You don't want to hear me do an album of Beatles tracks, do you? Do you know what I mean? Okay, we are... he's cutting a promo at the moment, so... He's just laying into Baron Corbin. There's no denying that his ratings are big. It's clear why WWE are starting with this and going after this and giving him his entrance and all that kind of stuff. But he's better than other commentators. No, he's not better than Corey Graves. He's not better than Michael Cole. He's not better than Corey Graves. In fact, I would struggle to think of a commentator who's actually better than. I mean, he brings enthusiasm. I would definitely give that. He will do whatever they ask of him, but he's kind of got to do what they ask of him, because if he didn't even bring the enthusiasm, he's not bringing anything. If he just sat there, he's not even bringing anything. And he's waffling as well now. Here's Corbin. Corbin on the screen. Hopefully Corbin's going to destroy him, said Lister Jericho. Well, what, you mean like they put Theory over him at WrestleMania? Don't forget, Pat, who's just a commentator, holds a victory over Austin Theory. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever that someone that just sits week in, week out on commentary gets given everything. Gets to sit there and get a win. Gets a win at WrestleMania. Gets to be in the ring with Vince. Be in the ring with Stone Cold. How the fans don't get annoyed at this is beyond me. I really don't understand. Finn Balor couldn't even get at WrestleMania, yet he gets a match at WrestleMania and wins it. And now he gets a match at SummerSlam. What's he doing? What's he doing to deserve this? What's he doing to deserve this apart from his big show that he's got? Right, we've got Corbin saying that he's going to stay far away from Pat for now. But he'll see him at SummerSlam. Huff Sports Media. Starting out if they can't wrestle. I see people on Twitter saying that about Theory, that he can't wrestle. I think it's absurd. Oh, Theory can wrestle. Theory can absolutely wrestle. Yeah, he's a good wrestler. He does the basics really, really well. He's maybe not someone that's going to give you like a 5-star match at the moment, but he's still really young. But he's got really good fundamentals. Okay, so Pat is now introducing Liv Morgan. Okay, so Liv's coming out. Okay, Liv Morgan coming out, and feels like we're underway with this show now. Let's go into, where is, here we go. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be our first match then. It was advertised beforehand that we were getting Liv against Natalya. There we go. Jimmy Uso against Dawkins tonight. Special guest referee is going to be revealed as well. So we've got those things coming up. Coming up next, we've got a championship contenders match. So that if Natalya can win, she will then get a shot at Liv Morgan's championship. There are a few thoughts that Natalya could win this match. She could win this match, and then that means she'll get added to the SummerSlam match. And then it'll be Liv against Natalya against Ronda. And then that means that it could be that Natalya's the one that gets pinned, keeps Ronda strong, keeps the belt on Liv, and it maybe means that they can find a way of not making Ronda look weak, because I think there probably is a bit of concern about, how is Liv Morgan going to be beating Ronda Rousey clean. I think even the most hardcore of Liv Morgan fans would have to admit that that is probably something that would be unlikely, would, maybe would struggle from a logic point of view that she would be able to beat Ronda Rousey. So, I don't know. I don't know if Natalya wins this, when she gets that title match, but there's definitely been rumours that they could be looking at adding a third person at SummerSlam. Larry said, never fear, Larry is here. Larry, shout out to you, buds. Liv versus Natalya is going to be our next match. And as we said, which way is this going to go? Do you think he's better than any of the AEW commentators? No, seriously, and I can't stress this enough, I think he is only there for his show. And I don't know how I can get that across. I don't know how. I mean, I'm fully resigned to the fact we're going to have to start talking about him. But if he didn't have that show, he would not be on SmackDown. He is not there for his skill. He is not there because he's a good commentator. He is not there because he's a great wrestler. Like, he isn't. He is there because he has got a big audience, and they've already utilized that audience. Where did Vince have his last interview? Surprise, surprise, on the Pat McAfee show. So, Vince McMahon himself has been on that show. And, that relationship, that bond, they've just looked to try and reinforce and strengthen. And Adam Cole has been on that show when they were building up that feud. They are absolutely going to look to get more people on that show. And if that show wasn't as popular, he would not be in WWE. So, no, I can't think of anyone that I would say he is a better commentator than. What he is he is an enthusiastic fan. And so what they've done is they've taken an enthusiastic fan, they've put an enthusiastic fan on commentary, and they've said to him, be enthusiastic. And that, for a lot of people, is enough. That, for a lot of people, is good. In a lot of people's eyes, him really getting into the show, showing his passion, dancing to the Nakamura thing week after week after week, screaming fight night, and all that kind of stuff, that gets him over with a lot of the fans. But that's all he brings. That's it. I mean, he doesn't call out moves. He, as I said, gets lost. He talks over way too many moments where he shouldn't, and he should just let them breathe. I'm not a fan. He's not my cup of tea. Let's put it that way. But this is not news to anyone. Anyone that's been watching this channel for longer than a hot minute would know that fact. Austin, loving the Yodong emoji. Thank you very much. Liv in the ring. That's gonna have the kids happy. 2 weeks from tomorrow, Liv against Ronda. Here comes Natalya. I wonder if they've made amends now. I wonder if they're friends again, or are we gonna see some heat between them here? Mitchell, shout out to you, buds. Hope you are well. Said, what do you think of WWE going TV 14? I think it won't help the product. Add in a few drops of blood and an extra swear word won't help when you've only got 15 minutes of wrestling on a 2-hour show. Good point. I think that we are going to... I think we are going to see a few more extreme elements that I think will play well on social media. They can take those clips and use them. And perception is really important. If they can just get the perception out there that things have changed and that they can, do you know what I mean? Like, get the idea out there that they're now TV-14, bring back some of those fans just to get them to start watching again. Just put in a few moments that might just be enough to keep a few of those around. Like, I don't think we're going to see a big revolution, but I do think that we will see a few things kind of moved in that direction. And the one thing I would say is that is the direction that a lot of people want to see it move in. A lot of people want to see it head that way. So I think it will. I don't think it hurts. Let's put it that way. Is it going to make the show worse? I know. If anything, it's going to make the show better because it's going to give them more freedom to do some things. But I do not expect a return to the Attitude Era at all. I think if there's people out there that are thinking this is going to have massive changes and the whole show's going to be different and everything's going to be like ECW, then no. I agree. I think a few moments will go a little bit further and, it just gets the message out there that they are trying to maybe cater to, a slightly older demo than what they have been. Well, try and cater to the youngsters, but also try and pick up that older demo as well. So, no, it won't hurt them. Let's put it that way. It won't hurt them. But I do agree, how much of a difference is it going to make? It's going to be really interesting. So, Mitchell, shout out to you, bud. Hope you are well. Really appreciate the support. Hope you are enjoying SmackDown this evening as we've got Liv against Natalya. And we've got a big smile on the face of Liv as she hurls Natalya into the corner. Liv going after Natalya. Liv gets thrown down. Stomp onto the back of the head by Natalya. Liv moves out the way. Roll through by Liv. Nice reversal by Natalya. Kick out by Liv. Liv going over to the corner. Natalya charging over as Liv moves out the way. Kick to the chest by Liv. Down goes Liv. Step through by Natalya. Double knees by Liv. Slingshot. Into the corner goes Liv Morgan. Liv goes down as we're about to go to our first commercial break. Why does this match look like it's in slow motion? It's all right. It's all right. They're doing a few things in there. Crowds aren't massively into it. They're just kind of sitting back and watching. I think it would be nice if the crowd were more vocal. And, Liv needs that support, as we said. So if this Liv Morgan title run is to continue, she needs big pops, big reactions, big merch sales. Apparently getting that on house shows. Seemingly a little bit quiet here, but it could just be this crowd, in all fairness. Huff Sports Media said perception is key. I think the PG era has sucked, but a lot of people hate it because it's labeled PG. Yeah. I also think there is some stuff that plays out. Like how The Miz was doing, do you remember that when it was Miz and Morrison, I think, throwing tomatoes in the ring or having tomatoes thrown at them and, hey, hey, ho, ho, things like that, which those kind of moments you could do something. I mean, I remember when those tomatoes were being thrown into the ring last year, year before, and there was people making comparisons to Austin with the beer truck. Do you know what I mean? And they're then comparing them to someone throwing some tomatoes into a ring, which is maybe not a fair comparison. I don't think they were going for a moment as big as the Austin one, but that's the perception. There's people out there that want those moments. They want those big, cool moments from the Attitude Era, and what they're getting falls well short of that. So if you can just add a few more of those into the show, get them playing out on social media, get a big press statement out, get the message out that TV-14 is back, you will get people checking them out of intrigue, out of interest to see what's changed. And I think finding that balance is going to be really hard because you don't want to alienate your kids. Like the youngsters, the kids, you don't want them to now just be abandoned. You want them to still be watching and enjoying it, and parents comfortable with their kids watching it. But equally, you need to make sure that you're putting something out there that the adults are going to find engaging. So I think there is a better balance to be found. And it'll be really interesting to see if they find it. Are you saying we won't get a Val Venus Kaientai moment? I don't think we need a Val Venus Kaientai moment. I don't... A Katie Vicks moment. I just don't think we need those kind of things. Mae Young giving birth to a hand. All that... Although that probably was PG, in all fairness. I mean, we didn't see anything, thank God. But, yeah, probably not, my friend. Probably not. Mitchell, shout out to you. Over 500 votes, man, on this special guest referee. That's amazing. Liv Morgan going up in the corner. Boom. Mitchell, what did Mitchell say? Here we go. Mitchell says, I almost went to the show tonight. It's live from my area, but SmackDown is not a show to pay to see. There's such a lack of wrestling. It's a really interesting point. It's a really interesting point. The lack of wrestling was a big talking point. Was it last Friday? It was a massive talking point. People were talking about that we did not get enough wrestling on the show. As you said, about 15 minutes is just not good enough. It's good that, look, we had the quick promo at the start, and then we've gone straight into this match between Liv and Natalya. And we're getting some action here. Does seem quite quiet though. That's my criticism. Like, Liv is really working hard, going for it. Stomp to the back there. Going over, grabs Natalya, rolls Natalya over. Kick out by Natalya. Against the ropes. Round the back. Nice work by Liv. She tries to kick Natalya into the corner, but it didn't work. That was a little bit botched there. Back elbow by Liv. She rolls over. She charges over again. She gets caught by Natalya. Natalya looks for a German. Hits it. She hits a German suplex. It is a bit quiet. And a few little botches in there. I mean, nothing that's like a disaster. I know people aren't a fan of her in ring, but Liv does work hard. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, like, Liv is someone that is put in the miles, man. I mean, I don't see how you can't respect what she's done. She might not be like a wrestler that has given us many great matches, but she's still really young, and the improvement is quite clear. They are seemingly lost. Oh my God, I don't know what they were doing in the corner there. They were seemingly lost. I wonder if there's going to be any questions here of Natalya kind of sabotaging this a little bit. I'm only saying that because there's been a couple of spots in this match, like that spot in the corner there where they just didn't quite click or seemingly couldn't do what they were looking to do. And there's been a couple of moments like that. And it might just spark a few people to think back to what happened at that house show. And there might be a few people out there that are like, is Natalya making this difficult for Liv tonight? Sandbagging a little. 1, 2, 3. Liv Morgan picks up the win. She gets the flatliner. It's a win for Liv Morgan, but it's not a great performance from either woman in that match. Big spotlights there. First match, and I think they'll feel that it could have gone a bit smoother, could have gone a bit better. Personally, I don't think there's anything in there in regards to in regards to Natalia sandbagging or anything, but I think there is some maybe a question to be asked. It felt like Natalia was being difficult, says Master Chief. I can definitely, as I said, I can definitely see people asking that question because, yeah, some of those spots, the two I'm thinking in particular, there was one where Liv tried to kick Natalia into the corner. She didn't quite go there, and the spot looked a bit flat. And then there was another spot in the other corner where they were just really on different pages as to what both were trying to do. And nothing ended up happening in the end, and the match just continued. But it was all quite clunky in those moments. But both put in work in. We are hearing an interview. I'm aware I'm walking in as underdog. So she says she's aware she is the underdog. Call me what you want, but at SummerSlam, you've still got to call me you'll still call me your SmackDown Women's Champion. With the spot in the corner, it looked like Natalia was going for a fisherman suplex, but Liv was trying to slip through for a powerbomb of sorts. It did. Yep, you're right. William said, wonder if we should build a pay-per-view match with the two to face one another, not in a match versus each other, so we don't see them in a match together until the pay-per-view. Wonder if we should build a pay-per-view match with the two to face each other. Hang on, what? Build pay-per-view two to face one another, not in a match. I don't know what you mean. Are you saying that we just shouldn't see her and Ronda in a match before SummerSlam? I mean, I agree with that. They do sometimes put them in like tag teams and everything, don't they? But I agree. There's no need. We've got Heyman here with Austin Theory. This is quite interesting. Heyman and Theory. You know and I know. And you know. Deep down. This whole theory of you cashing in doesn't make any business sense. He's trying to get him to not cash in here, isn't he? Let's set up a scheduled title match. So Heyman's saying it needs to be a scheduled match. Think of the prestige. Think of the posters. Think of the banners. Let me handle everything, says Heyman. Theory is going to decline. So he said he's still going to plan to cash in. I think I can top the Eminem comment. According to Wikipedia, Skittles were first made by a British company in 1975. The name comes from the sport game of the same name. Feels a bit similar to the Eminem one. Eminem one came out of nowhere. So, I'll give you a thank you very much for that. Dana said, Liv not working hard. Liv has got the SmackDown Women's Championship because Ruby Soho said final she'd do that. After SummerSlam, we'll be calling Ronda the new Women's Champion, says Edwards. Here are the new Viking Raiders. We've got the new Viking Raiders. The New Day have dressed up as the Viking Raiders. They're starting to do a few of these moments. Remember, it was only the other week that we had Natalya dress up as Ronda. Now we've got the New Day dressing up as the Viking Raiders. So, this is good. It's the new raid. So, New Day in the ring. Dressed as the Viking Raiders. I like Kofi's mannerisms, where he's kind of like walking around, like stalking, threatening people with his axe and everything. It's pretty fun. Viking Raiders stayed in the sun too long. Darcy said a good match with Charlotte where Liv goes over clean is what she needs. Could be a start-making performance. Yeah, I feel like it's more believable that she could beat Charlotte. I do feel that Ronda, for me, is very much an exception. She really is someone that I see as being it's borderline untouchable, man. I mean, I think it's a challenge for Ronda to make it look believable that people could actually even run it close in a match with her. Because, as we said, she legit is, a former Olympian at judo. All she does is train martial arts. Former UFC women's champion, Strikeforce women's champion, UFC Hall of Famer. Let's not, not forget that. It's not that she's not just been to the UFC. She's in the flipping Hall of Fame. So it's really difficult to make it believable that people stand a chance really against her. I don't know. I really don't know how you're going to do this Liv Morgan one. I think it's going to be really tricky. It's really tricky. There is definitely something there with Liv Morgan, and there has been for a long time. She has got good fan support. She works hard. She's been in the system a long time. She's paid her dues. It's not like she's just come in and she's getting given a match at flipping WrestleMania and SummerSlam and not doing anything else, right? She's on the road all the time, working house shows, doing the grind. And those are the people that, for me personally, I've got the biggest respect for. I think if you are out there grinding, part of that grind, week in, week out, meeting the fans, on the road, living the life, you are a professional wrestler, and you are, you deserve the success that comes your way, as long as you're doing it in the ring and you're reaching a certain standard. Now, people might argue she hasn't met that standard. Liv detractors will argue that she isn't good enough or shown enough to be the champion. I'm not going to argue with that. For me, I don't mind. I think she's paid her dues, man. She's paid her dues, and I don't mind getting behind her. There's definitely something there. She's definitely got a fan base. So it's really hard to know how you book this match. It's really hard to know how you book this match. I feel like someone's going to have to get involved. I feel like there's going to have to be some outside interference. If it is just kept those two, and Natalya, I don't know if that's it for Natalya now, or if she's going to find a way of still being added. But, yeah, we'll see. We'll find out. Ronda's going to get frustrated and go heel. That could lead to a DQ or a count-out win, says Jordan. Easy peasy. I've been saying for the longest time Ronda should be squashing people. Hate the idea of squashes, but Ronda not selling to Natalya. I agree with that. I agree. There's really no need in all this kind of 50-50 booking stuff. I think there's certain individuals, and Ronda is absolutely one of them, that can just go in there and beat people and get wins. Like this whole, her having a match and it being... The only thing is, when you do squashes, people are like, would turn against her. People are going to turn against her anyway, though, to be fair. She can't win. If she goes in and squashes people, people will be like, oh, I don't like her. She just wins squash matches. But then if she goes in there and actually wrestles, people are like, oh, she's not very good. So it's like, it's really hard for Ronda. I feel like play to her strengths. She is what she is. Like her or not, she's legit. She is legit. So I would go in there. I agree. I would have her winning squash matches. I think like when you go up against like a big opponent at like a SummerSlam or something like a Charlotte, that should be a bit of a challenge. I wouldn't have her squashing absolutely. I wouldn't do full on Goldberg, but I think that she definitely shouldn't be struggling against some of the people she has. She should definitely be picking up more convincing wins. Right, we are back from our commercial break. We are just over half an hour into the show. We've had nearly 700 votes. We haven't looked at the poll, actually, so we can have a little look at that right now. In the poll, 42% of you think that the special guest referee is going to be Sami Zayn. That's which way, that's the direction you guys think this is going. You think that it's going to be Sami Zayn that's going to be added to this. 42%, 31% for Mick Foley, then 18% for Paul Heyman, only 10% for Adam Pearce. So keep your thoughts coming in. Smash that like as well. We've gone up to 330, which is cool. Here is Xavier Woods. Let's see how this promo goes. It's your boys, The New Day. It feels like a millennia since we sailed our ships across the 7 seas. Why do you sound like a pirate? Okay, so they're cutting a promo, acting like the Viking Raiders. So they said that they have played a lot of Assassin's Creed on PlayStation 5. Solo Sikoa will be part of the Bloodline, says Miguel. Roman will get betrayed by Usos and Paul Heyman. Dark Angel said, not good accents. Primo said, Liv is getting a chance. Vince is watching the monitor backstage. Her performance tonight was off. She isn't doing any gestures to hype up the crowds. That's interesting. And how many times can you throw a drop kick? Do you think the special guest referee will be Vince, says Dana. I don't think so. Doesn't really feel like the kind of match Vince needs to be a part of. Here's Viking Raiders. The real Viking Raiders have come out. Xavier says, boo these imposters. We are new and vicious. Mangled. It's not the strongest promo in the world. So, Viking Raiders have come out and they have said that they're going to basically destroy them. It was a bit flat. New Day are ripping into them, calling them ugly. That's good. I didn't want to hear them talk anymore. They've thrown the microphone down. Viking Raiders making their way down to the ring. Xavier's blowing a horn. Don't know quite what that's going to do. Is that summoning someone? It is summoning. It's summoning Jinder and Shanky. What? Jinder and Shanky? Why have Jinder and Shanky helped out the New Day? That's weird. So they faces now. Is Jinder and Shanky faces? Jinder doesn't quite know how to act. I mean, Shanky's dancing away. Jinder standing in the middle. What is this segment? What the hell was that segment? What was that segment? I mean, them coming down dressed as the Viking Raiders was fun. Viking Raiders promo was a bit flat. Looks like they're about to collide. And then you get Jinder and Shanky? Weird, says Hayden. I agree, dudes. I agree. Penis. The Shield look weird. Seriously. What are they using for shields? Face turn? I mean, I would say face turn for Jinder, because I feel like Shanky has been face for a little while. Like, with his dancing and everything, so... I don't know. I don't know that the Shanky one is a turn. We're seeing Gunther! So, we've got Gunther backstage. No room for failure. Losing is unacceptable. Oh, man. Gunther's having to go at Ludwig here. I think it's really getting the message across that failure... Oh, another chop again to Ludwig. I never needed you at all. Kayla is shocked. I never needed you at all. Watch me shine now. Watch me shine now. Watch me... Almighty Nick says, call Shanky by his name. His real name is the Lord Dancing Shanky. Lord Dancing Shanky on the show. Almighty Nick, shout out to you, dude. Hollywood Guy said, there's a lot of misinformation about wrestling. I'm glad that you are telling the truth. Hollywood Guy, shout out to you, buds. I don't know that I'm telling I'm telling my truth. I can only give you that much. I literally just call it as I see it. And there's many people, obviously, that would disagree with some of my opinions, and that's fine. But Hollywood Guy, shout out to you, bud. Right, Aaliyah against Lacey Evans coming up next. Aaliyah against Lacey Evans. So, Hollywood Guy, really appreciate the support, buddy. Thank you very much. And big shout out to Almighty Nick as well. Thank you very much. WWE PG is so good, says DJ Thevlog. Byron said, you never read my comments. Penis. I never see them, but to be honest, if I see them, I will try and read them. Lana the best, Lana number one. I wanted this clip to be longer because I do jump on the fort and start claiming that I'm Michael Phelps, which made me laugh. Days, I think TV14 will be more like AEW. More like AEW. Oh, let's go down. More like AEW matches. Maybe, yeah, what, with like a bit more blood and everything, going a little bit further. I mean, I I think they already tried to give us some decent matches on each show. I mean, I know that first match tonight has maybe underwhelmed a few people, but they gave it some time. I mean, it was the first match. It had a few segments. It's Natalia. I mean, it's Liv in the spotlight. It's Natalia who is, really leaned on to get the best out of people. For whatever reason, you look at what happened at that house show, and clearly there's, something that's gone wrong there. And then tonight you look at them and go, it didn't seem at times to be on the same page again. So for whatever reason, they're just not on the same page at the moment. And I think that showed itself again tonight. I don't think it's any more than that, to be honest. I don't think that there's anything major going on behind the scenes. I don't think that Natalia's trying to sabotage Liv. I just think it was a couple of spots that just didn't go quite right, but it is what it is. I think they are trying to give us some matches and some moments, but yeah, maybe. Edward, thank you very much. Scott said, I can see more bloods, just not extreme matches. That's what ECW is known for. No one cares about the house show thing, says Zoom Station. Brenton said, more wrestling would help WWE, not TV14. Say what you want about AEW, but there is far more wrestling there than in WWE. How much more wrestling does AEW have? Oh, I mean, I don't know the numbers, but it's going to be considerable. I mean, you absolutely see a lot of action on those 2 hours compared to a SmackDown. So, I mean, I don't mind not having as much wrestling. It doesn't bother me that we get, 15 minutes is not good enough. But say it was 40 minutes, say it was 35 minutes of wrestling. As long as the other segments are entertaining, I ain't got a problem with it. But that New Day segment, they came out dressed as Viking Raiders. Brilliant. No issue with that. Thought that was fun. They had a few little lines in the ring which didn't really do much for me. Then the Viking Raiders came out, their promo wasn't very strong. Then they get down to the ring, and then Jinder and Shank, overall, the whole thing just left me a bit just weird. It was just weird. It's just weird. It was weird that New Day set a trap for the Viking Raiders. And it's weird that the people involved were, well, in Jinder's case, a bona fide heel. And, hearing the Viking Raiders talk, don't know, I feel like they're pretty good in backstage vignettes. But, coming out and saying a few words just felt a bit flat. Certainly, compared to, what the New Day were trying to do and everything. You got the Viking Raiders coming out just saying, we're going to destroy you. Just feels a bit small, a bit flat, didn't really hit. So, if those segments were stronger, I don't think it would be as bad. But yeah, 15 minutes. No one can defend that. No one can defend only getting 15 minutes of wrestling. Right now, we are just seeing Lacey Evans' promo, by the way. We are underway with the show. I've been watching wrestling for 43 years. I like the things that you say, says Larry. I appreciate that. But I appreciate this. But I appreciate everyone joining us. As I said, I listen to plenty of podcasts and listen to people that I respect, and they say things that I don't agree with. But if I don't agree, I just don't agree. It's as simple as that. I think my mentality is to just be honest, see what I see, say what I say, get your thoughts, have conversations about it. But yeah, just do it, go that way. Just say what I see, basically, and not try and sugarcoat anything. I think we all want the best product that we possibly could get. And who knows? TV14 might help. As I said earlier, I don't think it hurts. Right, Lacey Evans making her way down. Plenty of thumbs down in the crowd. Another inspirational video. Lacey saying, cut it. Start it again. Start it again. This reaction is just not good enough. Here's Lacey Evans making her way down. So Lacey Evans coming out to boos. Edward said, I heard a rumor that you've started an OnlyFans. I actually started OnlyFans, the company. So I actually own that whole company. So I didn't just start an OnlyFans. I started OnlyFans. Right, here's Lacey. She's going to cut a promo. She's got a hair grip in that is the Stars and Stripes. You damn sure ain't better than me. I serve my country. I put my life on the line. You suck, Chance. It's such a weird reaction that she gets. I overcame obstacles that would crush the average American. Hang on, what was that line? I'm disgusted at the lack of appreciation that you people deserve to give me. I'm disgusted at the lack of appreciation that you people deserve to give me. I don't even know what that line means. I don't even know what that line means. Penis. Lacey's booking is weird. This whole thing's weird. It's another weird moment. This is where a 1 hour wrestling show would be great. Half of it wrestling, Raw 2 hours, SmackDown 1 hour question mark. Yeah, they would improve it, but they wouldn't go that way, obviously, because of TV ad revenue. She says she wants to apologize to anyone that she has offended. You suck! You suck! Days must want some of that. He keeps playing that word. Penis. I thought I'd gone with it. This is awesome. No, I don't even know the buttons. Boobs. Yeah, that's the one. Boobs. I've just literally got blue buttons in front of me. I don't know what any of them do anymore. Austin 316 is a creep. Lacey jumps out the ring. She's not going to be competing tonight. You suck. How many matches has there been? There's been one match. One match. That answer again. One match. I don't think Natalya was trying to sabotage Liv, but do you think she maybe wasn't giving it 100%? Maybe it's from the house show or knowing that she's losing back-to-back weeks on SmackDown. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's such a surprising reaction from Natalya. Why? I don't know why she would do that. I really don't know. Anything that I say there is just going to be speculation. I genuinely don't know. I mean, I feel that it's really surprising from her in particular because she's just seen as being the consummate professional. So yeah, it's surprising. So Lacey versus Aaliyah never happens. She jumps out the ring and she walks away. So really what we ended up getting was a Lacey Evans promo. So Lacey Evans promo. Brent said, I thought about it. This inspirational type heel gimmick is basically a female Bo Dallas with a little bit of military splashed in. Thoughts? Yeah, very good. I agree. I think this is a like a slightly military Bo Dallas. he was a bit more believe in yourself, inspirational, believe. I don't know that she is quite as much as that of that, but I definitely see that comparison. Definitely. Here is Drew McIntyre making his way down. I don't know what we're going to get from Drew. Has he advertised for a match this evening? Up next, Drew versus... we were meant to get this last week. So the winner will go on to main event Clash at the Castle. Drew versus Sheamus. I hate it when they waste time on SmackDown. The Bo Dallas gimmick was funny. Do you think Sasha walking out of the company has something to do with Natalya? Maybe she feels more empowered or entitled since... No, I don't. I'm not aware of them being connected at all. If anything, it seems to be that it was creative things that just weren't going Sasha's way. She wanted, I think, to really elevate those tag titles and couldn't. They weren't interested in it. And so seemingly that's why. I don't think it had anything to do with Natalya. Scrappy might get Sheamus disqualified. The first segment of TV14 should be Godfather's music hitting, welcoming everyone to come aboard the Ho Train. Is Clash at the Castle going to be on Peacock? Yeah, I can't see why not. I'm not aware that it isn't, so I am expecting it. Did you see what Sasha put on her story? No, I don't go on to Instagram. You'll have to let me know what was on there. Michael said, it doesn't make sense why they... Do you like a bit of cheese? Do you like a little bit of cheese? Brendan, I'm loving that train. Edward says, and Edward, thank you very much. I love you. You are a legend. Thank you very much. It doesn't make sense why they called up Imperium, but they kept Fabian Eichner in NXT when he was the second best wrestler in that group. Now he's a male model gimmick and should be in MMM. Well, to be honest, I don't think they had a need or a desire for a group. I think, really, Ludwig is there to make Gunther. That's it. They are interested in Gunther, and rather than Gunther going out on his own, he's got someone that he can bully to make him an even bigger heel. He's got someone that can do his introductions, which makes him feel like a bigger star. And he's got someone that, if when needed, can cause a bit of outside interference for him. We haven't seen it yet because I love the booking of him. They've kept him strong. I mean, he just hasn't needed any outside help, but it's there. If needed, it's there. So I think there's lots of reasons as to why Ludwig makes a lot of sense being with Gunther. And as we said, I just don't think they had any desire to have another person there that wasn't a need. I think they could have kept them together and used them as a tag team, but I don't think. Listen, Vince don't care about tag team wrestling. I just don't think he really thinks that way or is really bothered by that. So, yeah, that's why. At least he's still got a job. That's what I would say. There was every chance that he could have, been released, which thankfully he wasn't, because he is a great talent. Edward said, James Chadwick stinks of poop. Thank you very much. Edward, shout out to you. Guys, loving this Brie mode one, isn't it? Bang. Although I am looking quite muscular in that. Quite down. That's not a bad clip. Not a bad clip. They should Lacey get her old music back. I can't remember it. Is that the bum bum ba-da-da-dum bum? Listen, I think the crowd don't like her, and I think you could do anything at the moment. She's going to get the reaction she's getting, so I don't know. You could give it her back, but I don't think it's going to change anything. I think they're quite into this idea. I think they're running with this. So I think that she did all that woe is me stuff. Crowd were bored of it. She then got booed, and they're going with it now. And I don't know there's necessarily a plan, but I think what they're doing is they're using it as a way of getting her over as a heel. Here's Sheamus. Legend Killer, shout out to you, bud. Hope you're well. What do you think will happen to the NXT UK title? Well, they'll need a new champion. I said earlier, the other week, it makes perfect sense for that person to be crowned at Clash at the Castle. I think you could use that as a great way of advertising the NXT UK brand to a load of people that potentially don't watch it. So I can tell you 5 hours ago, and I did see this 5 hours ago, we've got on Fightful Select, the New Day and Viking Raiders program is set to continue. New Day planned to play off of Viking Raiders' former fun-loving persona. Plans are that they will dress up as the duo and mock them. I've got to say, Fightful have definitely got good sources. This was put out 5 hours ago. We've learned that Drew, Theory, Sheamus, Xavier, Street Profits, Riddle, MVP, Viking Raiders, Usos, New Day, Liv Morgan, Natalya, Madcap Moss, all scheduled for the show. Plans will also reveal the special guest referee, but they don't know who that is. So they've done well to keep that quiet. We don't know who that mystery referee is at the moment. LeBron James said, did you know that the Usos used to be gang members? Penis. I swear that is not that button. I swear that keeps moving around because I was going for boobs. I didn't. No, I didn't know that. It's good that they've turned their lives around. Big clubbing blows here by Drew, so we are underway. It's Sheamus that's on the outside. So is it Drew? Is it Drew against? I don't know what match I'm getting here. It seemed to be Drew and Ridge. Drew is beating up Butch. Into the corner goes Drew. Into the ring goes Ridge. Ridge charging over. Down goes Drew. Collides into the corner. So this looks like it's Drew Ridge. So we're still not getting the match. Boom. Planted. Michael Cole said, Sheamus, you do realise that at some point you've got to face this man. So they're teasing it week after week after week at the moment. Edward said, last one, but I am the GOAT and acknowledge me. Thank you very much. You have been acknowledged, Edward. Appreciate the support. You've actually filled. Edward has filled the box at the bottom. Well done, dudes. This is awesome. Sean Rossap gets run sheets early. I also get them sometimes. Do you? I swear you was doing an impression of Miss Clown in that Bree Mode Super Chat video. I know. To be honest, I didn't realise I was looking as good as what I was. I might find a way of getting that played more often. Headbutt there by Ridge. Lots of outside interference in this one. We are past the hour mark, so we will jump into the chat. Nice. I think this is when I was dancing to the NWA intro. White Noise by Drew. White Noise. Drew charging over. Big boot. Ridge Holland goes down. 2, 3. So White Noise and Claymore wins it for Drew. So Drew wins. The voting poll is wrong. The guest referee is going to be the Shockmaster. I think you should wear that tank top more often. I don't think I've got that physique anymore, to be honest. Cornette and Last reviewed the WWE rivals, Hart and HBK. They break down more examples of WWE rewriting their own history and wrestling history as a whole, like we've talked about. Very good. Austin is a creep. I need those soundboard controls. Austin 316 is a creep. Do you think Theory will have a successful cash-in? I don't think so. I think he'll fall short. I think it's really obvious that that's where it's going to happen, and I think that there'll be a swerve. And that swerve is that it'll either fail, his Theory, or he just won't manage to actually get it cashed in. Right, Austin Theory making his way down. Drew beats Ridge. I think this is going to be Madcap now, isn't it? This was announced beforehand. Madcap against Theory. Madcap versus Theory. Almighty Nick said, when Days wears a tank top, he is Mr. Steal Your Girl. So lock them up in case he does wear a tank top again. Guys. That was a long time ago. I'm Mr. Your Girl Won't Notice. Don't worry about it. I learned today that the UK has got Aldi. Had Aldi for a long time, yeah. Theory should definitely not be losing to Madcap, says Austin. Stuttering Steve said, is it bad? I'm actually starting to get into his theme music. I don't think it's a bad thing. Right, halftime scores. Halftime scores. Everybody, it's the halftime scores. I really want to know your halftime scores. Are you happy or you sad? Halftime scores. Everybody, it's the halftime scores. I really want to know your halftime scores. Are you happy or you mad? Halftime scores. Everybody, it's the halftime scores. Here we go. Maybe not a classic version of the halftime scores song, but one that will get us through today. Put in your halftime scores. What do you think of the show? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you love it? How do you rate it? What are your halftime scores? Here we go. Daft Punk. Here we go. Bow, bow, bow. I have no idea why I was singing that song at that time, but 6, 3 says Dale, 6 says let him in, 6 boo out of 10, 5.5 says J14, 6 says Angelica, 6 says Hayden, Shelby says okay, Crazy Cheech says 7, Anna says 4.5, hello Anna, Moldy said Days should have recorded it, I know. If I can find an old clip of it, I can get the audio from it, but I haven't done that yet. Days Into the Fire NWA tune was fire. That was great. Rivy says 10 out of 10 for the new added effects. I might have to just scale them down a little bit. This has been very effects heavy. I mean, you give me a new toy, I'm going to play with it. That's what she said. So, penis. I probably need to not use them quite as much, but listen, what you're meant to do. Michael said, do you think Tyson Fury will come back? Because he is in active talks. I think he will, yeah. He's a big fan. He is someone that is the boxing heavyweight champion of the world. So he's definitely going to bring a lot of eyes. He's very credible. The only problem is that last time he came in, he wanted to wrestle, which you can understand because this is the World Wrestling Entertainment, but he can't wrestle. He can't wrestle. He tries to do a drop kick and a clothesline. It just doesn't look very good. So unless he's going to spend a considerable amount of time just really putting in the work to learn just the very basics, why doesn't he go out there and just try to knock people out? I mean, he is the world heavyweight boxing champion. I feel like play to your strengths. Do you know what I mean? Like I've said before, if you hire a gardener, you don't have them come round and start flipping, sorting your plumbing and doing your toilet and all that kind of stuff. You have him in the garden. If you get Tyson Fury, why the hell would you want him wrestling? He's the world heavyweight boxing champion. Like, you have him throwing hands. That's what he's good at. That's what he does. So I really feel like they need to build up his threat, his knockout threat, and make it so that it's boxer versus wrestler, basically. And do it that way. And, look, if he does throw the odd clothesline, if he can connect with the odd thing. This sucked. That clip doesn't really do it justice, but that hurt. Hit the like button, show Days some love, says Crazy Cheech. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support, dudes. Jennifer said, I made it for the song. 10 for the song. Smackdown 4.75. Jennifer, hope you're well. Hope Lorelei is well. Thank you very much. Appreciate the support, buddy. Did you see that Ericsson signed with Man United? I did. I used to do football streams last season, and during one of them, I was asked, who do you want to see them sign in the summer? And my answer was Ericsson, because we actually looked at a list of players that were going to be free and available, and Ericsson is such a wonderful passer of the ball. He really is a bit of a pulls the strings, ties everything together, and Man United have really been missing that. Man United have not had that player. Like, McTominay doesn't do that. He should do that, but he can't do that. He's used quite defensively. Fred isn't really that kind of player. He's very good at advancing the ball and driving forward, and he's better in forward positions, but actually someone spraying the balls around, setting up plays, keeping the ball moving. This is why they want to get De Jong. That's why they want to try and bring in Frankie De Jong. But Ericsson can do that. So I think De Jong would still be a great signing, of course, but I think Ericsson, for free, I mean, yeah, you've got to pay his wages and a signing on fee, but for free, it's a great signing. 30 years old, I think he is. Got him for 3 years, 3-year contract. He did really well. I think 4 assists in 11 games for Brentford last season, sorry. You got to think, in a United team that's going to be looking to go forward, he's going to be right in the heart of things. It depends, doesn't it? We're going to have to wait and see if they do sign De Jong as well. We have just come back from commercial break. We are just seeing what happened on Raw. There is a Raw recap at the moment. Cynthia, shout out to you. Cynthia is joined. She is a supporter. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Cynthia. Hope you are well. And we are also nearly at 1,000 votes this evening. We've had nearly 1,000 votes for our poll. Who do you think the special guest referee is going to be? Let me know. Vote away if you haven't already. It's been a while since we looked at it, so you might as well jump into it. I can tell you that 42% of you have gone with Sami Zayn, 31% have gone with Mick Foley, 18% with Paul Heyman, and only 9% have gone with Adam Pearce. Did you see when Brock hit the F5? I noticed it was botched. He almost broke his neck. I can't say I did, to be honest. Is that the one through the table? It's pretty brutal. They might show a replay of it here. I mean, obviously I watched it. I think I was probably more just blown away with how brutal that spot looked, more so than it being botched. Because it was done very well. Showing a replay here. He's got him up. Did he almost break his neck? I don't know. I can't say that it looks bad. The replay looks great. Of the choices, I would rather have Foley, but I can see Sami Zayn getting it. Hollywood Guy said the special guest referee is going to be me. Looking to get 420 likes. Let's go. Oh, we can do that, surely. What? You want to get to 420? 420, we're at 384. We just need another, 36? Quick math. Madcap versus Theory should be for the briefcase, says John. Sam, a.k.a. Other Mother. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Right, hang on.
Oh, there we go. That's the first stream.
Whoa! Yeah!
That was that clip played the other day. I think that is legit from the first ever stream that I did down in Southampton.
Yeah, I'm like Naomi. Feel the glow. Right, hang on.
We got Madcap backstage. Here's Paul Heyman. So, Sam, a.k.a. Other Mother. Shout out to you, my friend. I liked, says Burn It Down. Thank you, buddy. Heyman, shaking the hand of Madcap. What have we got here? You know that I know. That you know. Okay. So he wants Madcap to deal with Theory. You gave Corbin a beating that was so severe he wasn't seen for weeks, and now he wants Madcap to give a beating to Theory. Think of the spotlight. Think of the money. Think of the prestige. A scheduled Universal title match is what he's promising him. So, scheduled Universal title match. Sounds great. What's the problem? Sounds to me like you are really worried about Theory cashing in. I don't understand. Why didn't he shake his hand? What's the situation? I don't understand. What is Paul Heyman saying? Go out there and beat up Austin Theory, which is exactly what he's meant to do right now. Go out there, beat up Austin Theory. If you do a good enough job, we'll give you a Universal title match. You shake his hand? Don't you shake his hand? I shake his hand. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to try and beat this guy. All right. Maybe I'm not planning on going out there and beating him up. I just want to beat him in the match, and Heyman's asking for me to go that little bit further, which in the eyes of the fans, might perceive me as being a heel because I'm taking the money rather than, just going out there and winning a match. But you shake his hand. Surely you shake his hand. I'm shaking his hand. I'm shaking his hand. But what's the issue? Heyman is saying, go out there, beat up Theory. And that's what he's meant to go and do right now. Shame that Madcap hasn't had a name change. He deserves better. Are you going to be the special guest referee? Me? No. I'm literally sat here. I'm in England. Unless they're going to, put this stream live on screen, which they totally could. I'm going to give them permission to do that if they want to. It's unlikely. Moss has a great look and he can work. Now, can we get rid of the Madcap BS? I do agree we need to get away from that name. I do agree. Huff Sports Media said the first segment of TV 14 should be a Corey Graves Carmella celebration in the ring. Yeah! Yeah! Boobs. Wrestling Days, you don't know where that hand has been. That's a good point. Actually, that's a really good point. Maybe that's why you don't shake the hand. I never quite saw the hand. I just saw, like, the outside of the hand. The inside could be covered in, like, jam or something. So, you know, you might look at it and go, no. It's a really good point. Did you see the Ericsson Ten Hag meme? Ties in with wrestling. I tagged you in it on wrestling. Tagged you in on it on Twitter. Let's have a look. Oh, hello. Tweet from Sean Ross Sapp. Has the video been everyone at the Impact 8 in something to do with Impact. Right, let's have a look. Oh god, I've desperately got to change this phone over. Desperate, it's desperate, I tell you. Ten Hag, creative midfielder, proven Premier League quality, available on a free, played for Ajax. Very good. It's a rip of the Vince McMahon meme. It's very good. Baby Saturn has sent me... Guys, get excited. Baby Saturn has sent me that look. Solo Sikoa has put a little pin at the Amway Center. That was 1 hour ago. He's tweeted it out. That means he's definitely on the show. Because you know when wrestlers put tweets out teasing they're going to be on the show. They definitely are. Oh my god. It's Solo Sikoa. I don't know what button to press. Thank you very much. That's not that one.
Austin 316 is a
This is awesome. All of them.
penis.
Boobs. Yeah. You suck. Press them all. That's how crazy that news is. We are seeing something. Right, we're back from commercial break. We've got, what's this? Maximum Male Models promo. So we've just got a little promo for Maximum Male Models. Marseille. Mansoir. Where's the... You suck! No. Boobs. No. This is awesome. Yeah! Mansoir. This is awesome. Marseille. This is awesome. Max Dupree. This is awesome. Maximum Male Models.
Penis.
Titillate the juices. A lot of titillating going on. This is awesome. Maxine Dupree. Oh, baby. We got a lady. Debut, Maxine Dupree. Who is Maxine Dupree? Ooh, that feels like it should be Carmella. Mandy Rose. Oh my god, who's it gonna be? Who is gonna be Maxine Dupree? Oh, big. Maxine Dupree. Next week. That'll get people talking. That'll get people speculating. Oh my god. Oh, please be Linda. Please be Linda. Please be Linda. Linda. Oh my god, please be Linda McMahon.
Oh, please be that paralegal that Vince spent $3 million on. Oh, God. This is going to go nowhere. They had lightning in a bottle with Fandangle, and they beep the bed. I need a bleep, don't I? Bleep would be good for all the swearing that you lot do. You sweary Marys. Linda. Maybe it'll be Steph. Steph. Boobs. It's Defo Zelina Vega, says Shahil. Let it be Zelina. Zelina makes a lot of sense. She's that way inclined with fashion, so... Nikki Cross! This show is horrible, says Ron. No more PG. Do you know if Clash at the Castle will be on tape delay? No. They ain't going to do tape delay. This ain't the flipping 1990s. Check Twitter, please. Please check Twitter, please. Please check Twitter, please. 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 I love this box. Right, after all of that, Jason said, are you doing the Premier League next year? I don't know. I don't know, do I? We've got a channel that's set up for it, but my focus right now is on making these streams the best they can be. Thank you very much. It's going to be Glenda. Did you hear Mattel is making a Carlito figure? No, I didn't hear this news. Is that going to be at San Diego? I mean, there's a San Diego Comic Con. I think it's this weekend, isn't it? Coming up next weekend, type thing. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to be revealed, and maybe Carlito is one. Sasha Banks is going to be Maxine Dupree. Zelina Vega would be perfect. One of the hottest women walking. Get a room. And she was a star in the Empty Arena era. Is that what it is? The Empty Arena era. I can't even say it. AEW spoiled one of their matches because they taped it, says Milo. It's awesome. He should have been here a long time ago. Who's this? What? Did you see that? Carlito? Did you see that? There has been a Carlito figure, hasn't there? Have they made a Carlito figure? Do you know what? I can flip and find out. Have they made a Carlito? I don't know why I'm saying it. I've got a spreadsheet, but it's not voice activated. Have they? Hello, spreadsheet. Have they made a Carlito figure, please? Carlito. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Yeah. They made 2. There was 2-pack season 2 came with Primo. That was his first, and a 2-pack season 5 again with Primo. So they've actually made 2 Carlito figures already. Mattel, very early though. Basically, series 2 and series 5 of battle packs. They made figures of Carlito. What's the main event today? Your mom. Please. Who was the other Funkadactyl? It was the paralegal that got paid $3 million. No, it was Cameron. I've got a Carlito figure. No, you haven't, AJ. You are a liar. You don't. You just want to be popular. No, you probably do. Rob says, TV 14 days. Maxine is going to be him, but in drag, says Paulie. Well, I hope so. Anything less than that now will be disappointing. Did you see that Cena is going to be in Wales for Comic Con and the prices are ridiculous? Is he really?
Cena's going to be in Wales for Comic-Con. Sometimes that Wales Comic-Con moves to Telford, you know. They've done that a few times. I could go and meet John Cena. John Cena! Ba-ba-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-ba. I'm looking now at the prices. Gonna need blah blah blah. Gossip girl. Blah 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 blah. It takes place August 6th, August 7th in Newport. 45-year-olds will be there. Peacemaker. Rest of the bill isn't too shabby. There's people from Cobra Kai. People from Buffy. Great. Winner will receive £500 cash prize. How much is it to meet him then? So, how much is it? Newport Comic Con. I mean, you'd think he'd go to London rather than Newport Comic Con. I bet he's never been to Newport in his life. Comic Con Wales. Comic Con Wales. Melissa Joan Hart there. Oh, that's pretty good. Get tickets. 21 days. Guests. Let's have a look. The cute girl out of Cobra Kai's there. Boobs. Quite a few out of Cobra Kai actually. It's quite a lot of Cobra Kai people. Someone that's dressed as... I don't know who these people are. A couple here out of Walking Dead. I know them. Where's John Cena, though? Melissa Joan Hart. That's pretty good. I'd like to go and see Melissa Joan Hart, but mainly because she was Clarissa. Not interested in Sabrina. Stupid Sabrina. I don't know. Where's James? How much is it? Maxine is going to be Wendy Chu, says Larry. Adam said Sheamus versus Drew at SummerSlam. Days the winner goes to Clash at the Castle to face the winner of Lesnar Reigns. Yeah, is that the main event, is it? Is that what we're getting for the main event tonight? Tickets on house shows in America are ridiculous. Darcy said, I can't help but feel like we're watching something special. Both Theory and Madcap are the future. We might look back at this match in 15 years from now to see their first encounter. Who knows? Who knows, indeed? We have just returned from commercial breakers. Theory delivers a knee to the midsection of Madcap. Madcap goes down. So we are... how long have we got? 27 minutes. Here we go. Theory goes against the ropes. Oh! Big shoulder tackle by Madcap. Edward said, you missed my super chat. Tonight, how am I missing? I literally set this up so that I don't miss super chats anymore, and I'm still missing them. I think it's because I just don't hear the alerts. I think not hearing the alerts is a problem for me. I might have to start wearing headphones again. I found out from my ancestry that we are related. Everyone's related, aren't they? Doesn't everyone get tracked back to Adam and Eve? I think basically there was only one person that was invented. And then we all just came from that one person. Aren't women like ribs or something like this? I don't know. Nice forearm smash, Edward. Thank you very much. Nice spine buster there by Madcap. Shoulder up by Theory. 186 for an autograph and 186 for photograph. 186 for an autograph. 186. Well, I'd go for the photo. Wouldn't pay £186. 183 for a photo. I've seen worse. £183 for a photo with John Cena. People were complaining about flipping Sasha Banks. How much do you reckon Cena's being paid? Because 500 people paying $60. That gets you 30 grand. He's charging 180. Mental. Days is my third cousin. It's true. William says I and Days are related. It's true. Sisters. SummerSlam is 2 weeks from tomorrow. The stream is set up as well, by the way. The watch along for SummerSlam is taking place over on the Wrestling Escape Pod channel, and that is already set up. You can go over, click notify me so that you don't miss it. That is 2 weeks away. Set up, ready to go, ready to rumble. Rivy said, how much for one rib? Was that the movie? I'll give you a hint, Chris Rock. I don't know. My movie knowledge is atrocious because I don't watch films. And that is a real barrier. If you don't watch many films, then your knowledge is going to be very, very low. Chris Rock was in it. I'm going to say that I can't name a single Chris Rock film. That's what I'm going to say. Briefcase, smash from Theory, and it's a DQ. DQ. So, briefcase is used by Theory. So, that's annoying, isn't it? I find that annoying. Theory smashing the briefcase into Madcap. Still got to find out who that special guest referee is going to be. So, there we go. DQ in this one. We got Madcap down. Madcap Moss. Maxine from the earlier NXT could be Maxine Dupree. Still, Mr. Money in the Bank. Theory is dumb trying to cash in on Madcap. He's not even champion. Apparently, Bayern are in talks for Ronaldo. That'll give us some more money. Here's Sammy. Here's Sammy. He's got his arm in a sling. Yeah, in all fairness, a Sammy Theory program would be fantastic. You're disrespecting the tribal chief. Sammy is not putting up with this. If you disrespect the bloodline, there are consequences. As a representative of the bloodline, as the honorary Uce, I recommend that you apologize. So, Sammy wants an apology. Here's the Usos. So, Usos are coming out. Smile on the face of Theory. Look at this. The honorary Uce has got some backup. The honorary Uce. Theory is... where did Madcap go? Madcap probably wants revenge. There we go. Scoops up Theory. Theory's got enemies everywhere. He gets driven into the ring post. So, I'm guessing this is 20 minutes to go, going to be our main event of the evening. We're moving to the final stage of the evening. We're going to find out who that special guest referee is. So, Jimmy Uso versus Angelo Dawkins. Dream match. Dream match. Dream match. Pa, 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 pa. Run, Theory, run. Virgil could be special guest referee. Yes. Theory will cash in at SummerSlam, but then Sammy will cost him the title. Honorary Uce. He's an honorary Uce, man. He is the honorary Uce. Right, we've got, we're up to our main event of the evening. Jimmy, is it Jimmy? Jimmy Uso versus Dawkins. Did I don't think I added the thing to the bottom, did I? So many things to remember now. Theory loses to Madcap by DQ. There we go. Bang. 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 Sammy should tape a picture of himself on his Bloodline t-shirt. Yes, that would be great, Quinn. That would be great. Carmen Live said, who do you think the special guest referee could be for the undisputed tag team championship at SummerSlam? Well, honestly, I feel like it's going to be Adam Pearce that's going to come out and announce it. And I feel like it's going to be someone that's going to call it down the middle. I think that the Usos are going to make out they don't care who it is. Once it gets revealed, I think they will care. I could see the Street Profits being quite excited that this is going to be called down the middle. Yes, we've got an opportunity to win here. This is going to be good. I think someone like Mick Foley does make a lot of sense. Someone like Mick Foley, I can't guarantee it will be Mick Foley, but someone like Mick Foley, I do think makes a lot of sense. So I'm just trying to picture how the show ends. I can see it ending with, I can't see it ending with the Usos celebrating who Adam Pearce has selected. And as said earlier, why would Adam Pearce choose Sammy or Solo Sikoa? Why would he choose someone that's going to give Usos? Because I'm guessing it's him that chooses. Why would he do that? I think that he's gonna go with someone like Mick Foley or Kurt Angle or someone down the middle. The Street Profits going to be excited about. You know, this person will make it clear. Bit of a legend. They'll make it clear they're going to call it down the middle. But I can see the Street Profits just being excited that, well, you ain't going to take this person out of the picture. You know, they're going to be able to handle themselves. Any outside interference, they're going to deal with it. I could see the Street Profits being quite excited at the end of the show, so we'll have to see. I could be wrong. Crazy Cheech said 420 likes. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please. Theory has got 9 enemies now. It's going to be Noel Foley. The Beast is back next week. The Beast! The Beast! So, Beast returns next week. And also, we've got Ronda and Liv face to face. So there we go. Big breaking news. The Beast on the show next week. That's going to be exciting for a lot of people. Sami Zayn on commentary as we're about 16 minutes away from the end. Don't forget, as soon as the show ends, we are shutting the stream down. Shutting the stream down. We are going to be going over to our post-show. I've got 10 minutes to try and load loads of pictures onto that stream. Get everything set up. It's going to be a flipping nightmare. It's going to be a flipping nightmare. We'll see. Maybe I'll have to start moving it to 1/4 past, but I don't want to leave it too. I don't want there to be a massive gap between the two streams. So, join us. Join us! Please! Dave's theory as a special ref will make the Usos lose the belts. Then he can cash in and take the belts from Roman. You need a dream match button. Dream match! Guys, Jimmy Uso against Dawkins! Dream match! Yeah! You need to keep that, please, but when people ask you to go to Twitter, yes. Yes. Go to Twitter now, go to Twitter! Please! Oh my god, guys, it's gonna be Aaliyah taking on Zelina Vega. Dream match. The problem with WWE being too realistic is Brock would have never dropped the Universal Championship. Well, I feel that they've done a very good job of building up Roman. I think that Roman is someone that I can buy as being problem for Brock, but someone that Brock would beat. Yeah, I mean, look, would Brock beat Roman in real life? Yes, he would. Yes, he would. But I think they've done a decent job of making Roman a big star, feel very credible, and, we've seen them now in multiple competitive matches. So I can buy that, that Roman is, got some sort of threat to him. But yeah, I don't know. It depends how deep you want to kind of go into it. I think for me, Liv, who has been very much in the mid-card, it's very hard. She is not Brock Lesnar, right? Or she is not Roman Reigns. If Ronda's Brock, Liv is not Roman. And so for me, there's, different levels. I can buy into Roman Brock. I'm struggling with Liv Ronda, and I think they know that. Which is why, she's done an interview tonight saying, look, I know that I'm the underdog. You can call me whatever you want, but after SummerSlam, you will call me your SmackDown Women's Champion. So they're kind of acknowledging that fact as well. I appreciate that. It's better that they do that and try and bring in some degree of, realism. AEW Rampage follows SmackDown. I know. In fairness, we've watched a lot of Rampage. It always feels like you could skip it to me. And the analytics that I see always show that the stream drastically drops with its viewership. In fact, you don't even need to see the numbers. I'm sure you see it. If you was to compare the people that were watching during SmackDown to the number of people that watched during Rampage, you will have seen that there is a decrease. So it just says to me that there are people that want to watch Rampage, but it is a smaller audience. So rather than waiting an hour, I think just get on with it. Do that post-show review and see how it goes. Right, we are at commercial break. We did just see one of the Usos go into the timekeeper's area. Street Profits celebrating. And we are at commercial break. We've got 12 minutes to go. 12 minutes to go. Wrestling Rise said, on the web this Tuesday, are you going to make Tommy's dating profile? Yep, I said I would. So I've not planned anything yet, but my plan is to get a window capture thing, which will show you the website, and then we can sit down and just start filling out answers. And what I might try to do is maybe do a chunk of it in advance and then see if we get any responses. That would be good. I've never been on any of these dating apps. I'm not someone that goes on those things. I'm not against them. I just never used them. So I have no idea how it works, to be honest. So I don't know. My plan is maybe Sunday I'll have a little look at it and then try and find the best way forward. What I don't want to do is like any girls that do like respond to it. I definitely don't want to be we're not making fun of them or anything like that, because these are people that are out there that just living their lives. But I think there's definitely some fun that can be had with it. But we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, that is the plan. I want him to go on some good dates. That's what I want. I want to set up his dating profile and him to go on some good dates. I want to find Mrs. Right for him. That's what I want to find. So maybe that'll be the angle that I take. Maybe we look to find Mrs. Right and, you know, look, if anything happens along the way, we'll, you know, respond to it. But, yeah, trying to keep it positive. Positive. Thank you very much. I think when WWE goes TV14, they should end the brand split, says Nick. Adam said, Sheamus versus Drew at SummerSlam. Winner goes to Clash at the Castle to face the winner of Lesnar Reigns. Has it been announced for SummerSlam, has it? Have they said it's going to happen there? I mean, it makes sense. It's a big match to main event. Clash at the Castle does feel bigger than, you know, just something that you'd chuck on SmackDown. Wrestling Wriggle, shout out to you, said, I love the new setup. Brock is going to be the special guest referee. Oh my God. Wrestling Wriggle, shout out to you, buds. Down I went. Bad memories. Bad memories. We got Sammy on commentary. Wrestling Wriggle, thank you very much. Appreciate the support, my friends. Days 3-man Brawling Brute gauntlet match for Drew. Shelby says, end the poll. Yeah, let's end the poll. I hear you, mate. It hasn't really moved much, has it? So, send it. We can end it. Send it home. It's done. We're at 437 as well, which doesn't feel too bad. I think the goal going forward is, I think if we can always get to about 500, that feels like a really good target. Because it feels achievable, but you got to do a little work to get there. Like, it's not easy. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone that's dropped a like, everyone that's joined us tonight as we're into the final 8 minutes of the show. Oh, referee down! Referee down! Referee has gone down. Dawkins rolls up Jimmy. Rolls up Jimmy, but the ref is down. So, ref is down. Dawkins got the roll up. Super kick. There's a couple of pins here. Yeah, referee's down, and this is causing all kinds of problems because Dawkins could have got the win. Charles Robinson still down. He's coming over. 1, 2. Oh, he got it. He got it. He got the pin. Oh, the shot, but the shoulder came up. The shoulder came up. So a bit of a screwy finish there. Dawkins gets the win. Dawkins gets the win. Sammy says, what we need is good officiating. Oh, man, that's... Down he goes. It's a win. The shoulder was up in the replay. Shoulder was up at the last pay-per-view. It's karma. So they're showing the replay again. We got 6 minutes to find out who this special guest referee is. Yeah, that shoulder's up. Shoulder up. Jimmy's shoulder is up. Can't believe it. I feel sick. I feel sick. We need better officiating. This is just absolutely horrific. That shoulder is up. I give SmackDown a 9, says Carmen Live. We're just constantly seeing replays of that shoulder being up. And if you are in any doubt, don't be. It was up. Here's Adam Pearce. Okay. We need a special guest referee. Who's it going to be? Here we go. Who's it going to be? Who's it going to be? Double J Jeff Jarrett. I don't understand. Why is it Double J Jeff Jarrett? I don't understand. Why is Double J Jeff Jarrett? I said I thought it would be someone that gets called down the middle. It's Double J. It's Double J Jeff Jarrett. Well, guys, you got the poll wrong. We've got a big brawl that's breaking out. So, 2 weeks away at SummerSlam. This is very wrong. This is very, very wrong. Very, very wrong. Very wrong. Very, very wrong. Na 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 na. Massive breaking news coming out of SmackDown, and that news is that the special guest referee has been revealed by Adam Pearce as Jeff Jarrett, good old Double J, who does have quite a high position within WWE, has been seen fairly recently in the ring, came back at a Royal Rumble the other year, but this is not a name that anyone was expecting to see as the special guest referee, but that is the name we've got. It is going to be the Usos defending their undisputed tag team titles at SummerSlam against the Street Profits in 2 weeks' time with special guest referee, good old Double J, Jeff Jarrett. It's going to be really interesting to see how this goes down in the WWE universe. I did make the point, though, on the watch-along that why would Adam Pearce choose anyone that would help the Usos? Why would he choose anyone that would help the Street Profits? I did feel that it was going to be someone that would call the action down the middle. Maybe a Mick Foley, maybe a Kurt Angle. Double J Jeff Jarrett certainly feels like he's going to do that, and he's going to call the action down the middle. But maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe this is going to be the start of him being part of a bigger story. Maybe there's going to be some controversy. We're going to have to wait and see, but that is the reveal. It is Double J Jeff Jarrett who is the mystery referee. There we go. Guys, we are done. We are done. We are done. We are done. We don't do our scores here. We do the post show. It's going to start in 10 minutes time, so I'm going to bid you all farewell. Join me, please, over there in 10 minutes time. I'm going to run and try and get everything sorted. I appreciate the support. I will see you again, well, soon, in a minute, hopefully. Bye for now.